Okay, so we need to go raid against the northern houses. Oh geez, we got to turn in 3 days and we're still not even anywhere near them. Oh geez, we've got to hustle. Oh, I forgot that we were going to fight this. Damn. Yeah, we got lads without shields out. Let's hope these dudes chase us, run at us. Tier 2 crossbow, high ground, not good. Right, Werewolf, get him. The headshot we needed, but pretty good still. Onimara will come down here to shoot that dude. The guys with the crossbows are, as you might imagine, the biggest threat. I can't use Indom if I'm going to go there, but here I can. I want to be in contact with that dude, but the fact that I can't use Indom is pretty terrible. She's going to send Gunye here behind this bush. He should be fairly safe behind the bush. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can hopefully step into contact there on the next turn. But these lads can't use Indom, but at least they got shields. Ooh. Hello, Hedge Knight. I want the helmet, but I don't want the body armor. Got something a little bit different and move Levitsmere away. Let's see if he goes to contact with these lads, which I doubt. He would put himself into high disadvantage. 2, 3, 4. More likely he goes for Samon. Which isn't so bad because Samon can just move away. Not. Ow. Bear in mind, Kota and Samon are level 5. Ouchie. Nexus doesn't have Nimble either. Putting that lad there is quite clever actually, because now it means that Gungnir is not going to want to get into contact with that dude. Military picks. Dodging, boys. There is a danger going for that marksman. He could just dagger Gungnir down. Probably gonna get knocked back though. That actually wasn't the best decision. Missed. Hits, boys. He moved back. That's interesting. I'd expect that. Oh shit, we gotta get Nexus out of there. Nexus! Careful, mate. Okay, that little marksman has a axe, thankfully. Oh, you did a body shot there. That's... Did he bleed to death? No, he just bled a little bit, not to death. Shields are ruining me. Whoa. Correct. Still very worried about Nexus though. We might have to restart this if Nexus gets hit and killed. %, both miss. Fuck. That's what I needed. Let's get a net onto this hedgeonite. No, Gungnir, damn it. Off with the head. He's like, yeah, look at that, no hit point damage, 0. Oh, Nexus, any one of these arrows could kill him. 20 hit points only. I kind of forget how vulnerable the lads are when they're low level, because I've been playing with such high level guys for so long. You know what? Just be safe, Nexus. Get out of there. Pierced arm and pierced chest. Ouchie. We break this guy's shield. I don't think so. We're hitting him enough. It's really necessary. Come, lads. $78, $77. That's what I'm talking about. That'll make him easier to hit. I always forget that a tree like that gets in the way at that angle. Doesn't seem like it should. None of these wounding him. Because he does have a huge amount of hit points, but there we go, finally we get the wound. Them boys. Yeah, you better run. Archers, hold your fire. Save your ammo. Expensive. What do we get? Noble sword, awesome, that's worth a fair amount of money. The heavy lamella is pretty good, but it's super fatigue demanding. Is it actually the heaviest? I mean, look, you've got 320 for 42, 285 for 40. So coat of plates is heavy lamella is one of the least fatigue efficient. Not great. You lads all upset from being in reserve. Come on. More fucking brigands, really? Not what we need right now. All of the stuff can be sold. We don't need any of it, and also don't even need to bother fixing any of it either. What is the dog situation? We have enough dogs? We need at least one there. 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs needed. I was thinking I want to go do the ice cave, but I don't know which of these lads would have the best chance. Aegis maybe with his 40 melee defense. Paragon, Passion maybe. 91 and 31 from Emmanuel is pretty good, but he would start at Dastard. 92 and 33. I don't think we have any lads who would be able to beat that guy in the ice cave. Be an Arasis kick. Oh gee, big army. That one isn't that big, but still not a fight we want to take. 16 soldiers, nasty. Many footmen, billmen, arbalesters, the standard bearer, and a knight. Even that is pretty friggin' scary. It's those arbalesters with their tier 3 crossbows that I am justifiably nervous about. 16 range defense. I think we'll leave the low-level archers out of this one. Just don't be a fight in the forest. Okay, good. I don't even know if we can win this fight. This is a hectic one. And they got height advantage. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. Very bravely. Unfortunately, if they don't chase us, we just have to back up and kind of reset the fight. Because fighting uphill into those crossbows is a no-no. We will get slaughtered trying to fight against that stuff uphill. It doesn't look like they're going to chase us. Okay, good, maybe. Romulus, what are you doing over there? You should be in the middle of the formation. It's not quite right, but it'll have to do. Oh, for God's sake. Crossbows, man. Got a 94 hit chance. 84. Again, this is where I need the 4 archers, but the other 2 lads are still too low level. Before you know it, we'll have 4 high level archers and this will be a lot easier. Oh Christ, that is scary. What is the hit chance on that? Only 11%, that's not so bad. Problem is I can't reach these arbalesters. I might actually have to have this whole front line move back behind my archers. And if they come forward, then we can rotate. Yeah, this is no good. The front line has to move. How can that crossbow be shooting that far? 7 at most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. plus, no, but 6 without the height advantage. I think he can shoot up to 8 because he's got 2 tiles of height advantage. I think that's how that works. It's a little scary because I got to put my archers in the front and get hurt quite badly by these crossbows, but we'll have to see what happens. Good. Now the main thing is that tier 3 crossbow can't hit anyone. Dart. Nice. Hold position, boys. He's coming forward. Can we hit him with the bows? So you rotate there, and you rotate 3. Nice, Onimaru. Legend. Oof, come in, very nice. That's fine, we can just rotate there. Wait until these guys come into contact. I even need to rotate him out right now. Well, these guys are committed and close enough, we might as well. That's a helm. I really want that helm. We actually didn't get that helm in the last fight. The previous guy also had a full helm. We didn't get it. That's great that we're able to outshoot them even with only 2 archers. This would have been way better if we had 3, as you might imagine. 4. We'll have 4 eventually. They have fallen for it, they have taken the bait. Now we smash. Shot. Right, boys, now we can go forward. Catch this knight. That beautiful armor. Southern flank is looking a little bit scary. Gunneer together with backup should be fine. Yeah, he's good. No problem. If I knock him down, better, because then there's that bit of low ground surrounded by all that high ground. Should be able to absolutely wreck him. Hey lads, daggers out. You seriously though not have nets in the area. No, the nets are being carried by the archers. We chase those guys down at the north? I don't think so. Just let them go. Let's focus on this knight. Oof, almost. That'll have to do, I'm afraid. Yes, this is greedy. He's wearing amazing armor. That looks like full scale, full helm. Disarmed. Damage. This poor lad, abandoned by soldiers. Surrounded, disarmed. What doomed, my friend. And if he's going to shield wall, good, now he's exhausted. I was going to say, if he's going to shield wall, everyone can just take that turn to take a breather. Yeah. Don't damage that beautiful armor, lads. Oh yes, coat of scales. And a full helm. Beautiful. Yeah, I suppose so, Santa Joy, but just think that would be kind of broken then, don't you think? I mean, assuming they would be, you know, hedge knights. Or some other suitably very strong up. +5 from... Oh, from the up trophy necklace. Yeah, it would be cool, but it would be too strong. 300 for 38, that is probably the best. 14 for 27, just shows you how good this legendary armor is. $28 fatigue, lol. Well, it'll keep him safe. Oh, we even have a second set of coat of plates. Lads have got some pretty impressive armor. I mean, it's good to know once we get the lads who can actually use the heavy armor. We'll have plenty waiting, ready to go. Another heavy crossbow. Useful. Are there any round shields kicking about here? There's one. It's crazy to think I don't actually need a bullhook or a noble sword. The heater shield is nice though. Okay boys, one more fight like that. Thralls and drummers, they should leave us alone. They probably won't though, those are chosen. Oh, go away, you fucking dickheads. Just give these guys the slip. Leave me alone. Still need time to repair. Look at all that militia, holy shit. Captain, militia marksman. Actually, that isn't so bad. Militia is regular militia. Shiny, that sounds pretty amazing. Being cuddled by that amount of animal. Sounds awesome. This, I think, is actually going to be easier than we think. I mean, the militia veterans are like brigand raiders. The marksmen are not that bad. The regular militia are basically just thugs. Kind of crazy to think that this is 12v30 and this isn't even the biggest outnumbering we've had. Those fights against the undead in the last couple episodes, we had 31 of them. They were great. Absolutely great. So sorry about this. This is a war crime we're about to commit here. Fucking war crimes are us over here. And there's one guy, that militia captain, who's got half decent weapons and armor. Still not going to take him too lightly. That's a crappy little woodcutter's axe, but with height advantage. Certainly hit you. Alright, money-wise, we're doing well, but I've been having second thoughts about these guys we've hired. The other three we have training, excluding the two archers, are okay, but they don't have the kind of fatigue that I need out of them. So we can either leave them and just keep fishing for better brothers, because there's two of the lads there that have decent melee accuracy, but they don't have enough fatigue if I'm going to put them into heavy armor. But that's assuming I'm going to insist on making them Warhammer users. I could make them Great Mace users, because the Great Maces are a little bit more fatigue neutral, a lot more forgiving. I mean, there's no reason why I have to keep going with 4 Warhammers. We could go with 2 Warhammers on the outside flanks and then 2 Great Maces on the inside flanks with the 3 Torturers in the middle. Oh, this is gruesome. One thing I realized that I regret about this campaign, in my offline not Northern Raider, the Lone Wolf campaign, Skoldung tribe, where everyone's using axes. There's a city right up the north in the snow that has a kennel, which is so cool because then you can buy warhounds, the more powerful dogs, in armor already for the same price as normal dogs, and they're so much better at fighting. That's a slaughter. Run away, you fools! Fly, you fools! Literally like wading into them. Triple kill for Onimaru. And as gruesome as it is, if this makes the war end sooner, then ultimately it'll save more lives. Let the captain flee, the only survivor. Oh, look at the bodies. But bastards. And we'll see if we can find any supply or trading caravans on the road. Footman's 500, Bullman. That is actually winnable, but we've just taken some armor damage. I suppose let's rather be respectful. Oh, piss off, barbarian chosen. We're gonna fight these lads? Why not? I want these two-handed cleavers. This lad might get one attack off. We'll end on. All of these lads have huge armor. Throwing axes, I think, is the way to go. Dodge the slad with the warhammer, though. Oh, thank goodness. It shows you how good Aegis's defense is. That was a 36% chance to hit. Get him, lads. Do I disarm or just try blast through this guy's armor? Fucking hit him. Can he survive a hit to that? He probably can. Let's wait though. I think these two should be able to ruin his armor. No, wrong weapon. Shit. Oh, Christ. A little scary. Ow! That's what I didn't need. Oh, great mace. Are these chosen on lane to be fucked with? I'm gonna bleed to death. 10/2. Right, someone with a bandage needs to bandage him this turn or he dies. Okay, so Onimaru, bandage him. Oh, that was not the attack to miss. It's a 72. One here have ruined armor. Oh. Seven. See how little damage that did? That's the effect of dazed. I probably should have used recover there. Ouchie. Oh god, I can't handle this. This is too much damage. Solid kill, Werewolf. .72 hit, 72 miss. Dog's garbage. It is not an easy game. I've been playing, coming up on 1,700 hours now. Actually, no, it's 1,720. I'm coming up on 2,000 soon. But yeah, hell of a learning curve. Great work, Russian. Hits the head. As soon as I need to hit the body, hits the head. See how much better the heavy armor is. All of these light armor guys in the front line get replaced. Come on, break their morale, damn it. Yes, go to my YouTube channel and watch my comprehensive guide, Battle Brothers. Shameless plug. But really, in the first episode especially, I tried to tailor-make that episode just for someone who is in your position, who is new and is struggling. I try to tell you how to get through your first 30 days. In episode 2 is some more slightly advanced stuff. And what I need to work on now is my enemy type specific guidance. Are we maybe doing this? Who's in danger of getting killed? Victory. Trouble. Disarm. Attempt. That dude will bleed to death, but I want to make sure he goes down. Ah! Lads. Oh, these misses are going to get someone killed. Good doggy. Oh! See how with the whips, even once our guards have been chewed up and like Ration was within 2 hit points of dying, but he can still contribute with his whip. Just needs a target that doesn't have any armor. Yesterday was super unlucky in the XCOM. God, I've never been screwed over by grazers that much before. I've had grazers screw me over, but not to that degree. 60 to 80, so it's actually... I want to compare the undead two-handed cleaver to the barbarian two-handed cleaver. Oh, should we go for... What should we go for? Hit points and... $65 to 85, to 80, 35 and 110, 25 and 115, shield damage of 16 and weighs 16. Yeah, so the rusty warblade is actually pretty much nowhere near as good as the cleaver. Look at the numbers here: 44 to 58 armor, 39 to 52 armor, 0 to 16 can ignore. 0 to 12 can ignore, so it's slightly better at inflicting the bleed. additional 10 bleeding. Now the question becomes, military cleaver attack twice, 40 to 60. Rusty warblade attack twice, 60 to. It's going to help with our damage output quite a lot. But in some of the more rough battles, I don't think I want those two-handed. And as much as I love my light armor lads, they just aren't cutting it in terms of survivability. Where is the nearest temple? I believe that is a successful mission for us. Cool. Frostgrim, yes indeed. I don't know how much, I don't have enough tools. I've just got not enough tools, but we'll stop in at Oberwalheim and buy some more tools. If you think how hard those fights were, the fact that we're only getting paid 2,600, that's not a great payday. Or, hey, I made 25 gold profit. Here we go, return to Dunnenberg. I think we should probably ignore the army battles for now. Let's go complete this ambition, and then we'll take the end the war between the noble houses ambition. Food. We can do with some more food. It's like this mission actually wasn't profitable for us. All those injuries we suffered, quite expensive to pay to treat. Seven. This stuff. I think I'm gonna hang on to the military cleavers because I'm not 100% certain I want to use those two-handed rusty cleavers. We might still decide to go back to the one-handed. Let's see, armor-wise, I don't need any of this stuff. How's the soldier trials? Depends what you mean by soldier trials. Are you referring to my professional soldier build that I was going for, which is where that was with the peasants, where they all have the same build with hammers and with cleavers? Yeah, that. I did a little video, a build overview. It's also on YouTube. The too long didn't watch of that is, I think having two melee weapon specializations is not worth it. Even with this mod that lets you just quickly switch out between your weapons in battle, that makes it a lot easier to deal with. But I found what we're doing now, where we have half of the soldiers are heavy armor specialists and the other half are no armor specialists. Kind of works out better. 24,000 with that money. What do we need, lads? What do we need? We need... Keep looking for superstars. Need lads that have huge fatigue reserves. And I'm looking for the perfect star distribution. Nope. I want fatigue, I want melee skill, I want melee defense. Armor wise, we're actually pretty damn good. Seven days patrol, perfect, because we need to go clear out some more orcs. This ambition. You know, I could actually do with these two new guys that I've hired. I could actually make them great axe users. They have some ability to break through shields, but it's a waste having two guys on the front line with an amazing weapon like a great axe. I want that great axe doing damage. I don't want that to be breaking shields. Let's see. We'll bring down that plumed transgressor. Ads. What I wish now, in retrospect, I had done is made these polearm users shield breakers instead. Take an axe mastery instead of polearm mastery. I mean, if they break a shield, and that shield being broken allows the two-handed warhammer to be brought to bear. Such a big difference. Many berserkers. Oof. Boys. It's funny thinking which of these orc weapons are the scariest. They are all friggin' terrifying. Even the cleaver like that is really scary. See, everyone move up one, I reckon. Using Indomitable on everybody means that these things can't charge into you. And if they get any attacks off, it'll reduce the damage greatly. Indeed, David, but I like that the closest I've come to is a little tweak on that soldier build that I had where everyone specialized in axes. So having 9 guys up front, all of them with fighting axes, was super efficient and was nice because you can break shields really quite easily. You know, one guy breaks a shield, the guy next to him does a lot of the damage. It was great. Did I decapitate this guy? Probably. Nice. And an unexpected bonus of the everyone using axes up front is that it really empowers your backline as well, because with this build, with this team, most of my power comes from the frontline guys, most of my damage. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can have most of your damage coming from polearm users on the backline or axe specialists on the backline. So I think if you're going to do the peasants, I would have my frontline guys, all of them with shield expertise and axe specialization. Oopsie. Then that also allows you to really facilitate and help your backline guys do damage. It also happens, speaking of the backline, that you can find a brother, let's say, who's got 3 stars in melee skill, but he's got no defense. That's a perfect candidate to chuck him on the backline. Oh, that was scary. Oh god, there's 2 of them up there. Dodging, lads. Good. Dodging. Oh, yep. Gunya didn't like that. You can give it a try, and also just keep an eye on my YouTube channel, because pretty soon I'm going to do a build overview of that. Right, so how do we get Gungnir out of here without getting killed? Dead. Fuck's sake. Well, I shouldn't have put light armor guys on the front line. It's so fucking hard to keep them alive in these top tier fights. And this is only 10 berserkers. They hit so goddamn hard. One lad there. Okay. Luminous will go to what spot? That spot. Click. God, that's so much damage from these berserkers. Probably better off disarming most of the time with these lads. Well, the thing is, David, like, this is the first campaign where I am doing the save scumming, but the point is I just want to get to the super late game as soon as possible. And in my previous campaigns where I wasn't save scumming, you know, I was 365 days in, but I was at a much lower power level because you have to spend so much time buying new brothers and getting them leveled up, and during that process you have to be so much more conservative. I'll certainly go back to the non-save scumming, but this whole campaign needs to get us to the point where we can do Goblin City and Orc Sea of Tents and Black Monolith and all that horrifyingly scary stuff. As it is, we've still got a long way to go because I need to replace half my front line because I grossly overestimated the survivability of these light armor guys. I'm glad at least one person is all for it. A lot of people in the YouTube comments are not for it, but then again, YouTube comments are well known for being a reasonable place for discourse. I think stay where you are. I think stay where you are. Also, isn't it amazing how different the fight unfolds depending on the terrain you're fighting on? The discourse. I meant discourse, sorry, yeah. Four left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. And that lad's gonna get an attack off. Scary. Oh, you moved. Is it crazy how often you actually hit the head? Like, there was another headshot. It's Sterling. Well, the thing is, it's not. Well, it's just that the in text, in writing, Not the place for. Well, it's so hard to pick up sarcasm. I mean, there's no indication. I still think there should be a font called sarcastics. You can type in that font and people can know you're being sarcastic. Anywhere that we can kill here. God! Punchy punch. Yeah, body shot finally. One big thing about this campaign that I'm so pleased about is how super effective these torturers have been. The Cleaver Mastery lads are the kind of guys I'm going to have in every playthrough going forward. I mean, the ability to do huge amounts of damage, admittedly mostly to an unarmored target, but the disarm is so good. I mean, we can sit and talk all day about how good the daze effect from maces are. It's minus 30% damage and minus 30% fatigue and minus 30% unhold. So they're going to want to fight us. They probably will. We need unhold bones. We always need unhold bones. And eventually we just need 5 sets of leather scale with these sigils on, and 5 sets with unhold bones. And all the heavy armor up front will have this leather, or it'll have the make it lighter stuff. The mix of the gossamer and the glue. So I've got to fight some tree. Oh, oops. No, he didn't proc Berserk there. That was same on the low level guy. He doesn't have Berserk. That was a Berserk. I have to stop hitting the end turn button after 2 attacks. But now you'll see what a difference this makes having Indomitable against these orcs, because when they charge into you, it doesn't do any damage. It doesn't stun you either. Kind of takes the orc young's biggest threat, the leaping in stun, and just negates it. I'm seriously considering making these new frontline guys that we're leveling up, Pomunus and them great axe specialists. But that's like, it's like a poor what's a way of fixing this issue of being thwarted by shields, because in all of these fights enemies having shields is what's ruining us, and having a guy on the front line with a great axe, it's great. I mean, you'll destroy almost any shield in the game in one shot, but then it's a frontline guy who I'd much rather have that great axe doing damage, whereas it doesn't feel quite so bad when you have a guy with a Dane axe on the back line. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's make them great axe users. Because if we don't, if I try to make shield breakers, guys in the back line with axes, then I've got to hire new guys and start from scratch. Is that severe concussion and okay, bruised leg? Only one. I thought maybe he inflicted double severe concussion. That would have been amazing. And if I counter my own point of I would rather have those great axes doing damage, make the argument that the pole-arm guys we already have do pretty much as much, if not more damage with their pole arms than those great axes. Easy, that's that ambition done. Ooh, let's take the hit points. I mean, his fatigue. Oh no. Up, Judd. Pomulus doesn't have the fatigue. And his hit points are too low. Let's go for the fatigue. And now is the big decision time. We go Axe Mastery and get him a two-handed Great Axe to use just to break shields. Put him where, like in the center? Because Goliath, I think we can maybe do the same with him. But my concern is that he's not going to have the fatigue. Like, he's got the stars in melee defense and melee skill. I need another guy like Levitsmere, even better than Levitsmere. I need someone who can wear heavy armor, be tough on the outside flank. Gungnir is the person who's consistently going down. Colonel Fritz also has nice melee skill and defense, but doesn't have the... Whereas Elstier does. Elstier can be... He should be the person we are power leveling most. So why don't we say that we make Pomulus Tristus a great axe user. But I mean... This now means we're going to have 3 weapon types on the front line. Warhammer, Great Axe, Great Cleaver, Great Cleaver, Great Cleaver, Great Axe, Warhammer. The fail to headbutt shield user. Oh, the flail thing. Yeah, no. The thing is, even the two-handed flail, it just doesn't have enough damage. The damage falls off way too much. It's not enough damage, I'm afraid. Now, Pomulus doesn't have great melee defense. Go for Axe Mastery. I'm a man-splitter. He's gonna have no fucking fatigue. He's just gonna use the man-splitter until we're able to give him a new... But look at that, 63 damage to shields. So his job is gonna be to one-shot shields to empower the people next to him. Indom, Battle Forged. Killing Frenzy is always nice. But what I could do is, I could go Colossus to make him a little bit more survivable. And you can make the argument that if you give him... Because look, someone who's got below 70 hit points like Levitsmere, he needs that armor attachment. I'm just thinking that if I give Pomulus Colossus to boost his hit points, we can then give him a heavy armor that has the lightning attachment just to free up some more fatigue, because this fatigue is gobbo. He'll use shield split once, or maybe 2 turns in a row and be completely exhausted. But is it really that bad? If he's just there, if he just breaks a shield, then hell, there's a Crypt Cleaver that's going to be empowered, and there's going to be a Warhammer that is empowered. And look at the damage, 216 to 288 compared to 160 to 220. It's actually more armor damage. Yeah, that's good for Kotak, because now he doesn't have to carry a shield. He can just fancy feet away. Is he going to need more than 2 stacks of throwing weapons? I don't think so. I mean, look, these lads are carrying 2 stacks of throwing, 1 support item, or poison. Where's all the bandages? Are the frontline boys carrying... Look at this, we've got no bandages. About to say, note to self, buy some Cocking bandages. Samon's almost level 6. I really want Anton to make us a legendary bow. He does have Endom already. I took Endom at level 10. Killing Frenzy with a Great Axe is pretty fucking amazing. 66, and I mean every level. Look, let's assume he gets to level 20. I like to assume that I'm going to want all these guys up front level to be like level 20 before I do Black Monolith. So add another 9 to that. That's 75 hit points, like the bare minimum. Killing Frenzy feels a little bit greedy though for the damage. I could go Gifted to add +3 and +3, 90 accuracy, 27, and a lot of fatigue. I think we can make a decent argument for Gifted. Underdog maybe, because he's going to be standing in that position. He's going to have 1, 2, 3 enemies in contact with him in the hardest fights. Maybe Underdog is the one to go for. Only 24 melee defense. Reach advantage, if you assume he kills someone and gets another attack in, that's +10 defense. I think Underdog. I kind of wish I didn't give him Steel Brow. On a heavy armor user, doesn't need Steel Brow. Go Underdog. Be safe and go Underdog. Right there, so my 2 archers are coming along nicely. Nexus is getting up there. Elstier needs to be all the way to the left. He's the next highest priority to get him power level so that he can replace Gungnir. Then I want to replace Ration and Paragon. With these 2. Like with Goliath, he would have been almost perfect if these 3 stars and hit points were in fatigue and these 2 stars would be 3. That is the dream. I think regardless of the background, that would be the quote-unquote ultimate star distribution for a frontline guy. This is a 7-star brother out of a... I mean, if you think of... Like a 3-star brother is the minimum quality and a 9-star brother is the highest. This is a 7-star brother, which is fucking amazing. It's just such a pity that it has stars and hit points and not in fatigue. Anyway, let's head back to town and go buy a Great Axe. That gives us a necklace which makes someone immune to stun. So Gungnir is immune to getting panicked. Smear is immune to stun. Maybe the other way around, because Gungnir's got more melee skills, so I want that 92 accuracy to be immune to stun. So arguably with this Orc trophy, immunity to being stunned when he's against Orc Young, or... Well, really only against Orc Young when they charge in to try to stun you. He doesn't have to use Indom to prevent that. "20 brigands, holy crap. Master, are they coming for us? I think avoid those nerds. Like, I have no inclination whatsoever to fight a bunch of brigands that have a Master Archer. I would early on in the campaign if I want to get my hands on a warbow, but we already have one. Win the war for the noble houses. Find 3 legendary places. Famed company. A prestigious weapon we don't have. Prestigious shield, we got 3 of the fuckers. Armor we got. Helmet we don't have. Let's win the war for one of the noble houses. Almost. No. Nope. Do these Fletchers ever produce legendary weapons? It would. That's not what I need right now. Back to Dunnenberg. Where are the weaponsmiths around here? Two of these cities have weaponsmiths. Dunkelberg. That's way better. See, 65 fatigue is very low, but it's manageable. I kind of underestimated how much this Orc Mansplitter ruins. Look at that, maximum fatigue, minus 34. Shamshir, sting weapon. Oh, I love a wild man. Weapons wise, we're all good. Okay. $602 for salt. Nice. 530 for fours. Furs, I mean. I'll talk. I'm going to keep that rusty warblade. I think I am. Nets, we got 3. 1. Trying all these guys out. Money is really getting quite expensive to do all this, but hey, I basically need a 1 in 10,000 kind of roll. I don't know what the chances are. Actually, someone who knows the mathematics could work it out. The chances of getting a brother who has perfect stat distribution. So, of all the places, like if you count the fields, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever the chances are that the stars will be in the right combination of statistics, and then it's a 1 in 3 chance that it'll be 3 stars on each one. I don't think I've ever seen a brother with 3 stars. All melee skill, melee defense, and fatigue. Never seen it. What is this? Final battle. A great battle. Pay us more. 4,900. That's more what I'm talking about. Get to the war camp, boys. This will be one of those major battles, but I can absolutely get through them. I just got to make sure that some of my low level backline guys. Let's see. Scouts for House Gotha. Go kill. Last seen northeast of the war camp. I was about to go buy food. 1 bearer, Zweihanders, footmen. They don't even have any ranged fighters. Hell, I can even give my low level archers. Go here. Let's see how Pumulus Tristus does with his great axe. Zweihanders can be very, very damaging, so we're going to have our torturers focus on disarming them. I know they're going to attack first, so they have higher initiative. We just saw that. Move back. Let them spend AP closing into melee range on the next turn. I mean, here it's tempting to get the front line into contact, but these Zweihanders would just rotate with a footman, and the Zweihanders can use their great swords, which is pretty scary. The question, how many hit points does a Ice Shield have? Heater Shield. I don't think I can one-shot 54 damage to shields. I can, unless they have shield expert. I think they do have shield expert. That's right. Why is he still carrying a battle whip? I need to change that. Okay, they aren't going to attack this turn, are they? Unfortunately, so Hurricane, that's my air conditioner on. I'm sorry if it's annoying, but it's 32 degrees here in South Africa. The thing is, it blasts on and off. Like now, it's currently activating, and then once it hits the temperature, then it'll sort of switch off. Okay, so they do have shield expert. Okay, that's worth knowing. What are the chances this guy moves up and attacks Levitsmere? I suppose that's kind of decent, actually. In any case, I have a noise gate active to block out some of the lower level frequencies, but as I'm talking, obviously, it can't filter out the sound of my voice and the sound of the fan, unfortunately. It'd be pretty cool if it could do that. Ow. Wait until the shield goes down. And one thing when it comes to the shields that I always forget is how good it actually is when an enemy uses shield wall and then you immediately break their shield. Because you've wasted some of their attack points. They spend 4 AP raising their shield. You go and destroy the shield. Let's see, having a bro with stars in 3 perfect spots is 1.8%. Chance of all 3 being 3 stars is too hard for my skills. Well, it still answers my question. It's super, super low. I think one of my viewers posted in the Discord once, he had a beggar that had the perfect stat distribution. 3 stars in melee defense, melee attack, and fatigue. But of course it's a beggar, so his stats are also low to begin with. That you would never be able to use him. Would still only ever be average. Good dodge. Nice dodging, boys. Whoops, sorry. Equal chance of 1, 2, or 3. I imagine it is. I don't think it's weighted to be a particular star, so it's just, I would imagine it's a straight 33% chance to be any one of those 3. Now, I can already imagine someone in the YouTube comments is going to point out, why did I make this guy a great axe user to break shields when the Warhammers and the Great Cleavers can also break shields? But it's nowhere near as good. I mean, 26 damage to shields is exactly half of what the Great Axe does. And these footmen, I'm pretty sure, have shield expertise, so you'd be doing so little damage. You have to spend 3 or 4 turns trying to get through the guy's shield. Why, damn it. Should have read what it said there. Anyway. My Bannerman's lack of range defense is a real problem. Taking +1 hurts me. That's a minimum roll there. I might have to take anticipation for him. The thing is, though, most of my other backline guys get up to 20 range defense and they don't have anticipation, and I don't feel like they particularly need anticipation. I've come to understand anticipation as being much more of a skill for someone on the front line who doesn't have a shield. Access the Bannerman, take recovery. Bad. Look at these weapons. It's worth checking out. A duelist hat, that's interesting. 70 for -3. 160 for 7. Does that increase the EHP? 215 EHP. 219, so slightly. And 214 EHP on the head. 178 EHP on the head. I quite like how these Zweihander helmets, they look quite fancy on the frontline guys, but it's better off giving it to these lads here. 295. 294. Interesting. So the maths works out slightly differently depending on the body armor. So 320. 220, 193. So close. 120 for 5. 160 for 7. Interesting. How about here? This is probably the best part about the Civil War, is you get loads of heater shields. Well, we gotta pop off to go buy some food. We'll be back to the war camp in a bit. Oh, my brigands, leave me alone. Dogs? We always need more dogs. Never have too many dogs. Share some provisions for lads. Oh, okay, for those of you watching on YouTube, we'll take a quick break. It's been an hour and a half.